celebration mode. We got so much to talk about. Aladdin and Deja Perez. This is Run That Back with sports, music, and culture meet. And I'm ready to get into it. Hey, Deja.
Yes.
So, of course, we got to talk Super Bowl recap.
Yeah.
Yeah, with some shenanigans that happened before the game.
During the game, after the game.
We're going to break all that down. The NBA All-Star Weekend in Atlanta.
AKA super spreader, but go ahead.
All right. And we had a lot of firsts that happened during the Super Bowl. We're going to talk about it all. You know what time it is. It's time to run it. Oh yeah, run that back with sports, music, and culture meet, and we're gonna break it all down for you. So let's start off with the NBA. They're gonna do NBA All-Star in Atlanta of all places.
So they just announced last week, yes, they are going to move forward with the All-Star game, and they're going to do it in Atlanta, aka super spreader event. Although LeBron is not most of the guys are not okay with it because the All-Star is supposed to happen during their week break, right, in March.
Yeah.
And they're saying that, like, basically the guys would have to go back to the bubble or whatever, like 2 days prior than they would have normally gone so that they can clear out and get tested and do all this shenanigans. But it seems like this is like capitalism at its finest. And I know that sounds crazy, but like, I feel like this is just about the dollar. This is just about, and I get it. Atlanta's mostly open, which the rest of us ain't, but Atlanta's mostly open. And I just feel like it's really reckless. Like last year when they decided to kind of cancel the season or postpone the season or whatever, do no fans in the season, I understood it because it made sense, but we're not out of the clear yet. So for you to have a whole super spreader event like the NBA All-Star with no precautions, like, let's be real. We all saw the maskless parties for the big game. You think the NBA All-Star is going to be any different?
Oh, man. And it's going to be bigger than that because that's usually when All-Star Weekend, they throw the biggest parties, and then you're going to ask the players to stay in the hotel and not attend? It's a very risky situation. Exactly. And we all know what ATL is known for. Making it rain. Listen, the strip clubs are going to be wide open.
And you know what? Maybe that's why they did it. Maybe that was their contribution back to the city of Atlanta. Like, let's make it rain in the strip clubs and call it a day.
To go and give back to the college fund and all of that good stuff. So I don't know. Maybe this is a good thing. Oh, okay. I tried it. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think the NBA is definitely taking a big gamble with this. We already seen that. The Wizards had to already cancel 6 games, and they're trying to play catch up. So and then we're talking about the best of the best. So it's like you really going to risk that for the rest of the season, and
it's no bueno. And the thing is, and I don't, no harm, no shade, right? But at this point, we don't even know the long-term effects of COVID, right? Of the coronavirus. Like, there have been people that have gotten it, and 6-8 months later, they still don't have full lung capacity. Like, you're putting all of these high-profile players at risk for a couple extra. I mean, I get it. Y'all trying to make up for last year. I get it. But I think it's reckless.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't agree with the NBA on this one. And, big shout out to LeBron for being the first one to step up and be like, nah, I'm not rocking with this.
Because he knows it's trash when they made the announcement. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, my man's like, they're already coming off of a long season. So it's like a back-to-back season. Like, my man's like,
basically,
tired, bro. Like, I need a break.
Right.
So we'll see what happens with that. But, your man started off, since we're talking NBA, shifting into the NFL. We had some pregame things that happened before the Super Bowl. And, of course, my man Shaq always finds a way to incorporate himself, get a little extra money. But, man, this was an interesting challenge, I would say. He did an arm wrestling challenge with Bigfoot.
Of all things.
Of all things. I can't even explain it. You got to see it for yourself. Run it.
Oh, see? I told you.
Are you not entertained?
Look at the difference.
Are you not entertained?
So much stronger with this.
Yeah, Shaq brought out that Superman strength on that one.
Let me tell you, Shaq and Snoop need to teach a class about hustling because they stay getting checks, like the most random checks, but they get them.
Oh, man. Well, that was the pregame shenanigans.
Yes.
So, we had a little, not necessarily a wager, but we predicted who was going to win, who wasn't going to win. And your boy, I was right. I said three. I said Tom Brady and the Buccaneers by 3. Well, they didn't win by 3, but 3 was in the number.
They just won.
Man, what a game, though. I couldn't have predicted that at all.
I honestly expected a better game. I don't know whose Kansas City Chiefs those were that showed up and played on Sunday, because them's not the team that I've seen all season, because I don't know what that was.
Yeah, Tom Brady really, I think the entire team had the chip on their shoulder. The first time they played, Tyreek Hill flipping in the end zone. Just went off on them in the first quarter. But there was also reports that Andy Reid's son was involved in an accident, and some people are saying, that his focus wasn't really there. So investigation's still going on. Drinking and driving situation. There's currently a 5-year-old who is in critical condition, fighting for her life. Yeah. So
is that the grandson of Andy Reid, or no, just another child?
No. So Andy Reid's son caused an accident, and there was other family, and
that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. So definitely want to send our prayers and well wishes out to their family, but regardless, he still had to go out there and do a job.
Not only that, but you have offensive coaches, defensive coaches, like everybody else.
And I definitely don't, Andy Reid and that the whole Chiefs organization, just very classy. They would never blame that situation. But, as a human, though, I can only imagine that your mind definitely probably
is not there
away in the game. Yeah. But, man, Mahomes is incredible, though. Some of them things he did towards the end of the game. Throwing the ball, like, while you're falling, you can be spun around 360 and still throwing balls.
I told you he'd hit you with a, sideways throw.
When you think you've seen it all with this guy.
He'll show you something new.
Woo! So, the greatest of all time, man. I guess we found out why he is the GOAT.
So I thought, originally, yes, I was definitely Team Chiefs. I still am. But in my gut, I thought that Tom Brady had a point to prove, because although people have said you're the GOAT, but you're the GOAT under Bill Belichick, right? So I feel like there was a certain amount of and I told you he's a super competitor, right?
Oh, so
sure. I think there was something about him that was I'm in Tampa. I got us here. We're going to win this. First of all, we're playing the Super Bowl in Tampa.
Yeah. First time that's ever happened.
Ever. We're going to win this. That's on period. So
first time a home team has won and hosted the Super Bowl at their home stadium, man. Yep. And just to add to the accolades of things that Tom Brady, if you're debating on if he's the GOAT or not,
which shouldn't be a debate. I don't care for him.
It really is. I'm just going to run down some of the titles that he holds. He is he has the most division titles, most playoff games started, most playoff wins, most playoff touchdown passes, the most playoff yards, most Super Bowl appearances.
Good grief.
Most Super Bowl wins. This is his 7th. He has the most Super Bowl MVPs, which is 5. He has the most Super Bowl touchdown passes, which is 21, and the most Super Bowl passing yards, 3,039.
Which is crazy.
And that's just I just took the bottom half of the list. We didn't even go with the top half.
And he's not done, because he hasn't retired.
And he's not done. Amazingness. I don't know, just incredible. Well, speaking of shenanigans, though, there was some shenanigans that happened during the game.
Yes.
Who would have thought this guy was genius? So, if you missed it, there was a streaker. There was someone that decided to run on the field, and there's a backstory to this.
But can we talk about his onesie, his thong onesie? It was a lot to take.
It was. But the fact that he bet that there would be a streaker during the game, and it won him $374,000.
So interesting because yes, he did bet on that, but he also used the winnings that he got from it because of course he was arrested, but he used the winnings that he acquired from the streak to bond or bail himself out of jail.
Listen,
later that night he was in the club in that onesie thong situation.
Listen, the bail was only $1,000, so I'm gonna spend $1,000 to win 374.
Well, Key, sign me up.
Listen,
if you want to see
that guy
and next year's Super Bowl,
genius,
just
genius. Gotta give that guy a round of. He might have. He probably should have won MVP of the Super Bowl because who would have thought of that?
I think that's the biggest Go Hard award we've had.
I didn't even think that was definitely the Go Hard award.
100%.
Full show. Oh man. Well, that was a first. Also a first. The Weeknd.
Yes. So, what did you think of his performance?
I think the production, the camera work was amazing. Energy wise, I think it was all right. But overall, it was good. I give it about a 7, 8.
I wouldn't, but
okay.
But
I want to hear your thoughts on this.
I will get to that. To double back on your point, though, the reason why the Weeknd made history is he is the first Canadian to headline the Super Bowl halftime show, which is huge. I don't know if I maybe expected more. I don't think it was bad. I just don't think I think it was kind of it was all right, and I know that he had said he really wanted to focus on the at-home experience because, this year it was really obviously it's always about the at-home experience, but this year even more so because the crowd would be so limited. And he spent $7 million of his own dollars to help make the at-home experience, great. But yes, the camera angles were good. Yes, some of it was, good.
Well, I mean, I think he achieved that though, because there was moments where I was it really felt like the concert was for me. You know what I'm saying? It was coming through the TV.
I'll give you that. I will give you that. I kind of feel and maybe it's because a lot of his music is real mellow, real low key. He's no Bruno Mars. He's not gonna be hype and all of that. And I kind of feel that's what we're kind of used to at a Super Bowl halftime show, a hypeness. And I've never seen him in concert, so I don't know how it compares to his actual show. I'm sure it's great.
Yeah, it's kind of the same. He spends a lot of money on production.
Yeah, I can see that. It wasn't horrible. I think I may have over anticipated or had high expectations, and I think it was kind of it was all right.
It's cool. Yeah. Hey, listen. I wasn't mad at it, but shout out to him. Shout out to Drake. Drake mentioned that this was big for the city of Canada. He posted him on his IG, and I don't know with Drake. Sometimes I don't know if Drake is supporting or stunting or
low key shading.
Yeah, well, no. I think it was more so low key stunting because when you look at his setup and he was showing you his TV with the glow in the dark lights and
the humble brag,
huh?
The humble brag.
Yeah, for sure.
But in fairness, he can humble brag because we owe Aubrey for the weekend. So, but for Aubrey putting the weekend on, he would not have been the first Canadian at the Super Bowl halftime show.
Did you see him in his cameo for the Super Bowl commercial?
Did you see the new improved Drake in that cameo? Because that is not the old school pre-beer Drake. That is I've been on my rehab in my gym, living my best life.
Hey, listen, if you missed him in the Allstate commercial, you gotta watch it. Run it.
Hey, Ratchets, look, I'm you.
Jake from State Farm. You couldn't find a stand-in who looked anything like me?
Have you seen mine?
It's like looking in a mirror, right?
Now that one makes sense.
Look, guys, I don't even have a stand-in.
Of course you do.
Hold on. Is that Drake?
That's right. Drake from State Farm.
Like a good neighbor. Like a good neighbor. Stand-ins don't have lines.
Oh, okay.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Petty. I'm here for it all.
No, my man Drake, stay already.
So here for it.
Hey, listen, definitely one of the best, one of the top ones for the Super Bowl commercials, man. But overall, man, you know, a lot of good things, man. Congratulations to Tom Brady, 7th Super Bowl win, man.
He's the GOAT.
He is the GOAT, man. And you know what? You know who else is the GOAT?
Who?
You, because you're here with me every week, and I appreciate you.
Thanks.
We appreciate you guys for watching. We'll catch you next week right here on Running That Back. Until then, run it!